Hello and welcome to Warrior Chat. I'm Erica Thomas. This show is designed to give the community a glimpse into some of the many great things we have going on in our school district. Today we wanted to spend some time talking with Mr. Zach Levy, the orchestra director at the high school, and Sean Kalazak, a senior in the program. Thank you both for joining us. Let's start off just by getting to know the orchestra a little more. How many students are participating this year?
This year's high school orchestra, we have, I think, 36 students.
What's required for the students who are involved in the school orchestra program?
They're required to come to third period orchestra. It used to be first period. Third period orchestra, and then once every 6 days they get pulled out for sectional, which is a smaller group to work a little bit more individually, one-on-one.
How long have most students been playing that are in the program?
Most of the students start in third grade, so they continue on through from there.
How do students stay interested in the program for so long?
Well, a lot of times students, they enjoy playing because it becomes something that they're really good at. We have a lot of different events and things that they get excited about concerts and different areas and aspects. But I found that something that they've really enjoyed and keeps them interested in the program is that they play a lot of interesting variety of music. Like a lot of times we'll, stay with some of the classical things that are out there, and then, use orchestra to learn about how to play some of the more popular pieces, things that are on the radio these days. I think a couple of years ago we did Viva La Vida by Coldplay and stuff like that. Sean, how have you kept interested?
Definitely, you listen to all these classical songs that you play, and they all relate to like stuff like Viva La Vida and stuff in some way. And it's a good thing that we put some music that is that we know in the modern day, and students just get interested in it, and it keeps me interested. And then there's also different ways to get in the community, play, and that's really how I've stayed interested.
So what are some of the concerts that orchestra has scheduled this year?
Well, this year we have 4 concerts that we do each year. The first concert we have is actually in a little less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks from yesterday. So it's the 24th of October, and that is a concert that we're giving kind of around the Halloween time. So it's a Halloween costume concert, and students get to wear Halloween costumes as they play, and audience members are invited to come and wear Halloween costumes as well. We do give a holiday Christmas concert with the choir and the jazz band, which happens the Sunday before Christmas, or the Sunday before the last week of school before Christmas. We do a chamber music concert, which happens in March, and that's kind of part of a chamber music program. And chamber music is the sort of thing where students play in smaller groups like quartets or trios and things. And then we give our big spring concert at the end, where we play probably our hardest, our most difficult music that we've been working on all year, and it's a good chance to recognize seniors and people that have been in the program for a long time. So,
other than concerts, are there any other big events that you guys are involved in?
Well, this year we're planning a trip. Every other year the orchestra takes a trip, kind of overnight trip. This year we're headed to Boston, and we'll spend 3 or 4 days in Boston, going to different sites and different activities. We'll be seeing a concert given by the Boston Symphony, and I hopefully get to meet some of the members that play with the symphony. So,
what are things that most students don't realize about being an orchestra or any other music program here?
Well, maybe Sean can answer that as a student.
What I don't think they realize is, that's a tough question, Shalabi. Just, could you repeat the question? That's a good one.
What are things that most students don't realize about orchestra and any other music program?
I think a lot of students don't realize that, I know even if they're in the program, that, they do have the talent to do something amazing with this talent they have, because not many students have the talent to play music or play a musical instrument in general. So I think that people should they embrace the musical talent. I think people who aren't in the program should just see how it kind of went off the question there, but kind of forgot it, but okay.
So what's your favorite thing about being in orchestra?
I really enjoy playing. I'm a cello player in the orchestra. I really enjoy playing it. It's just something different. I'm in other activities such as sports and whatnot. So it's just a different experience, and you're in a different group of people. So you just get to know a lot of different type of people and know their different personalities, and it's a lot of fun.
And how has being in the music program affected your life as a student?
It's definitely affected my life as a student because it shows me how hard work can, bring something great, and also how teamwork, like, learning from sports and everything, how you have to work as a team. Orchestra is the same exact concept where you have to listen to all the different instruments and work together and make the piece amazing. So,
other than music, what are your interests?
as I said, I'm interested in playing sports. Like, my two main ones are lacrosse and swimming. I'm in the fall play this year, and so that's one of my interests, and that's it.
What's really kind of interesting and amazing, I think, about kids that are in the music program that a lot of people don't necessarily realize is that it takes all kinds of students. I mean, we've got a really great cross section of the school that are in band and choir as well. But students, like Sean was saying, we have a lot of athletes. We've got football players, lacrosse players, soccer players, cheerleaders, field hockey. I mean, just a representative basically from every sports team. We also have a lot of students that are involved in in the plays and the musicals that happen in school. We have a lot of kids involved in other clubs such as newspaper and things like that. So it's not necessarily just students who are musically driven and have musical interests only. We have students that are interested in a wide variety of things, and it all kind of emphasizes the idea of students being well-rounded and building all the skills necessary through their high school career and through their education.
So Sean, what is the most challenging thing about orchestra, and how has that affected you?
Definitely some of the playing, because some of the playing can get really intense, that how your fingers are flying or your bow hand is going crazy. You just have to push through and go home, look at the piece, practice it a bit. I would say another difficult thing is some of the scales. They're very difficult because you have to sometimes shift your hand positioning up the board. So that's very difficult. So it's just you have to go home and practice it and get better.
Do you have plans to continue playing music after you graduate?
After I graduate, I do hope that I'll be able to get my hands on a cello and maybe try out for the orchestra in college, just so I can keep with an instrument, know that the talent I have with music is still there, and I can keep it throughout the rest of my life.
And hopefully what we've done in the music program, and I can speak for the band and the choir as well, is that giving the students experience through music and a real joy and a love of music that they will try to continue outside of high school. So many times the people, they'll graduate and then they kind of think that that's it for the music that they can participate in. And it's really not. There are a lot of opportunities out there for people, whether it's auditioning or playing in your college ensembles or singing in your college ensemble, or even joining a community group, or a lot of people will continue and maybe play in their church that they belong to. And then even as important is that people will still support local music programs and by going to concerts and getting involved in that way. So what we try to do is develop a love for music and a love of music making, so that way it carries them beyond high school.
What is your favorite part of leading orchestra?
I would say that I get the most satisfaction from building the relationships with the students through the ensemble. We have some great experiences, really getting into the music and really learning how to love the pieces that we play and have fun with them. But a lot of times, and I think this year especially, is the building of the camaraderie. Like Sean was talking about, it can be a very team-oriented type of mentality for students to be in these ensembles, because everybody works together to put together this product. The great thing is that everybody's involved, and there's no like first string or second string. Everybody plays every play. Everybody is involved with every note that gets played, and so it really draws the students in to do that. And what we try to establish is a real student-centered kind of learning, where students are involved in the process, and they come through with some of the ideas about how this piece should go and how things should work. So I think one of my favorite things about being the orchestra director here and working with these fantastic students is the camaraderie that's built with them. It's pretty easy to get because they're some great personalities.
Do you have any specific goals that you want your students to learn throughout the year?
There's some specific goals. There's goals like just basic improvement, going from one step to the next, whether it's a challenging aspect of how to play their instrument that they get better at. Like Sean was talking about, there's a lot that is involved in technique, like he was talking about the shifting of moving the hand so you can play more notes than just in one spot, or learning how to be really expressive with your playing, to get points across and things like that. But I think that an overall goal for the year and each year is to allow students at the end of the year to have developed more of an appreciation and more of a love for music.
Past the end of the year, what would you like them to possess when they go on to college?
Well, like I said before, I think the desire to continue to be musically involved, but I think also just a desire to continue learning, to continue the lifelong learning process. There are a lot of life skills that we kind of try to emphasize that go beyond music. We try to get them, to understand the meaning of discipline and hard work, that you set aside a time, as many days as you can to practice your instrument on your own. And then, being responsible, having leadership qualities, and really working as a team and a group for common goals and things like that. So not just musical goals, but also, lifelong type of goals that students will take with them into their college and into their careers.
What are some things that most people outside of the program don't know about the music program?
I don't know. I would say that a lot of people probably don't know how varied the students' lives are. I think that maybe they think that students, if you're in music, then that's all you do. But Sean's a great example, and there are so many students in the program that are great examples of, he's not just a cello player, he's also a lacrosse player, he's also, a good student, he also has these other interests, and we all have these other interests that we do. So even though, yes, we all share that one common bond of music right away, there are also some common bonds that we learn about and we share about together. So, Sean, are there any other things, like, say, like a typical student who's not in the music program, how they would view students who are in the music program that maybe, like, there's misconception?
I mean, sometimes, with some kids, it'll be like, oh, that's weird that you guys do all of that, and, but sometimes, sometimes it's nice to get out of class, sometimes to, get an extra practice in, but, I think overall some students, who I know at least, they all have respected. I mean, I kind of wish they would sometimes go to our concerts to kind of help support, but I don't think they look at us terribly, but they just kind of look at us, a little, why do you do that? So.
I think on top of that too, this is a great opportunity for us to promote the program. Hopefully people that are watching this we can get across to some of the events and some of the things that happen. Talking back about the concert that's coming up, we have a concert on October 24th, and it's open to the public, and it's right here at the high school. And it's a very fun concert. So we play a lot of fun music. We're doing music from Indiana Jones. We're doing music from Mission Impossible. The middle school orchestra is involved with it too, and they're going to play a Secret Agent Man. So we try to do music that's fun and catchy for people who would come to the concerts. And plus, this concert involves people being invited to come, and they can wear a costume. We do a little costume contest, and we give away, some pumpkins and things like that. But we invite anybody, kids or kids at heart, to come down and to kind of parade around in the front to show off their costumes that they wear, and then we give away costume prizes. So it's a nice big event for us. Talking about our trip to Boston, we're doing several fundraisers this year, and in fact, this weekend, October 13th, the orchestra is going to be participating in a fundraiser car wash, which will be at Advance Auto Parts in Shrewsbury. So anybody who's interested and needs a car wash can come on down to support the orchestra program and support the students, their trip in the spring. So a couple of the events that are happening on that people don't know about, and maybe hopefully if these messages get out, that we'll see more of the community coming to the concerts, because everybody's welcome to come to when they are. So they can check the website for other dates of concerts that are coming up.
Thank you both so much for joining us today. For the students helping produce today's show and for everyone here at Warrior TV, I'm Erica Thomas. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.